Phil's win last night, and this is our big story of the day, presented by TrueMark Financial Credit Union. Check out TrueMark.com/PHLY or stop into your local branch to learn more about the credit union difference at TrueMark Financial today. And we bring on, man, I haven't talked to this guy in a while. You talk about a Phillies expert. Jim Salisbury, the dean of Phillies reporters in Philadelphia. What's up, Jim?
What's up, Johnny? How you been, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Great to see you.
All right. So Michael Mercado last night, who is now the Phillies' 7th starter, and it shows you the depth that Dave Dombrowski has built on this team. I mean, geez, they're losing all-stars, and they're really not skipping much of a beat. So here's my question. Does Mercado have a chance to take this starting job? Because I think Taijuan Walker, they wanted him to take it, and they wanted him to pitch well enough to where there weren't going to be questions or they weren't going to have to worry about taking him out of the rotation. Turnbull goes down. I know it's only one start, but could he take this job? Could he end up being the 5th starter here?
Johnny, the beautiful thing about pro sports and competition is if you perform, they will find a place for you. If you have success, they will find a place for you. If you help them win ball games, they will find a place for you. So the short answer is yes. Could he grab this job by the horns and take it? Sure thing. They're looking for somebody to solidify that spot. Obviously, an opportunity opened with the injury to Turnbull and the injury to Taijuan Walker, but the position's been in flux all year long. If somebody wants to step up and grab it, absolutely. And you mentioned the depth and being their 7th starter. Hey, the good teams always go 7, 8, 9, 10 deep. Few teams get through a season with 5 or 6 starters. It's, the goofy cliche about it being a marathon. It's a grind, and we know how fragile the pitching arm is, and we know how guys need time as the workload builds. It's great when you go 7, 8, 9 deep, and it's great when a guy like that comes up and seizes that opportunity. But I'll remind you, it's only one night, and tip of the hat, did a great job, but he's got to do it again on Sunday. Real big test Sunday in Atlanta. I mean, the Braves have structured their rotation so that Ronaldo Lopez is going to pitch that game, and they often give him an extra day because he's coming, off being a reliever for a couple of years, and they're watching his workload. So, the Braves are already gearing up for a big series down there this weekend, and Mercado's going to have another test. But I think it's really important for a guy like that not to take big bites, not to take big chunks. He gave him 5 good ones last night, and the bullpen did their job. Good enough in my mind for a 5th starter who is kind of dunking his big toe in the big league waters and getting accustomed to it. So the key word is contribution, and he gave him a great one last night, John.
Yeah, and like I'll take a Joe Blanton start every time. 6 innings, three runs. I don't even need 6 innings. Give me 5 and 3 earned runs.
From that spot. Keep
him in the game. And last night he seemed like he could do that. Now we'll see. He did I like the life on his fastball, right? Like he's got that tall, skinny frame, and he really is able to work up some movement and some velocity on it. So we'll see. How does Tampa Bay trade him? Normally a very, very, very gifted, smart organization, but it seems like a real steal by Dave Dombrowski.
Well, I'm not going to label it a steal right now. I need to see more. But I think you're right to at least start looking in that direction because you need starting pitching depth. Starting pitching is such a commodity. How does Tampa Bay makes very few mistakes. I will say this. He had an ERA of like 5 last year in a full season at AAA. He had some injury issues, and they do a good job at grooming young pitching and getting ready, and they often get themselves in a roster pinch. So they move on from a guy. I mean, you look at Christopher Sanchez, who the Matt Klentak regime acquired from the same organization. Sometimes it takes time for a young pitcher to really put it together, and we might be seeing that with Michael Mercado. He had a really good stretch at AAA kind of the last month before being called up, but he had a tough start. Command and control have been an issue for him throughout his career, but it might be finally clicking for him. But great pitcher's body. When Dombrowski picked him up, though, they thought maybe reliever, and some of the Phillies brain trust thought starter. They saw the stuff and took a good long look at him in AAA as a starter, and they might have something, but one game does not make a big league starter, but it can make you say, wow, they might have something here.
We all silly like the mayor.